Hello friends, welcome back to my page and welcome to an exceptionally fun video today. I have a lot planned this week and I am so excited to bring you all along for all of the adventures, namely doing a fun painting refresh in the kitchen, some fun craft plans, and I have some fun wedding planning things and just wedding things in general that I am going to be sharing. I honestly cannot believe that it is already somehow June. Summer is almost practically here. There is a lot that I want to get to in this video and this week, but first I want to go get some paint samples for the project that I have in mind. I am painting a color that I have never used before and I am very excited. It is very bright and cheerful. So I'm going to go get the paint samples to see which color I like best. And I am also headed to Michael's to pick up some things for a craft that I have coming up that I am very excited about. So it is going to be a fun day. Let's head up. I am getting yellow. There are so many yellow shades. It is hard to pick one. It's like, should I do more mustardy tone or more bright or more butter yellow? There's a lot of choices here. And decisions. Paint secured, headed to Michael's for my craft. As you can see, I have my yellow colors out. I picked multiple tones. I picked a darker, more mustard / gold tone, more like sunshiny yellow, more buttery yellow, but I have some difficult choices to make. If my home were mainly styled for the spring, I would definitely choose a brighter sunshiny yellow, but I don't want to have to redo this area. I want to keep it so that it can match things all year round. Christmas might be so-so. I don't know how much yellow can match Christmas, but I do want to choose something that will match for fall. I'm thinking it's between these two. It is Plantain Chips by Bear or Little Sundress by Bear. So I think that they're both super stunning colors and I'm going to wait, see what it looks like in the morning when the light hits it then. But I have some very good choices. And one of the most exciting parts about this little DIY / refresh to that door is I'm going to be putting, and maybe this one, maybe another one, but I'm going to be putting these window clings that look like stained glass. Without the backing, it is more transparent. And I have one more on the way that is a bit less bold, and I do want to see how that one looks as well. So I'm very excited about this step. I feel like it's really going to customize this area and it has been on my list to just add a bit of charm to our kitchen. Today I am headed to Barnes & Noble to pick out my summer reading, my summer TBR. I love to make an event of it and just go and browse all of the bookshelves and pick something that either just really feels like summer or has a summer vibe. I love reading summer romances. I cannot resist them. I love reading a summer thriller. It reminds me of like summer slashers in a way. Maybe some literary fiction, something involving a beach or summer travel. I love theming my reads, so summer is no different. I do have some trips coming up this summer, so picking some books for my travels and just picking books for the regular summer days. I'm going to Barnes & Noble. I have not been to Barnes & Noble in forever. They just have such a vast selection, so I love to pop in once every season. So let's head to Barnes & Noble's. I am very excited. This book is supposed to have Stranger Things vibes, which is perfect for the summer. I love Barnes & Noble for the romance section specifically. They really have everything. I'm doing very, very good so far. Oh my gosh, this author Annabelle Monaghan is here talking about her book. So cool.
Oh, one more. Got it every day and go to the airport.
So cool.
For the sweet spot, she has a book coming out.
Summer reading secured. I'm so excited about everything that I got. I will have to do a haul for you guys. It's painting day. I'm excited and nervous all in one, but I do think this color is stunning, so here goes nothing. I am done with coat one. I am going to let it dry overnight. Not necessary, but I have some plans. It is looking really good. I love the color. It is very vibrant. It has like a vintagey feel, and I do think that it is going to look good with most seasons. So I'm very excited to see what it looks like when it's done and to go to part 2 with the window panel. But so far, so good. Painting day 2. I cannot wait to see what this color looks like when the second layer is added. I feel like right now it does look very bright yellow, very banana-y yellow, but the paint swatch is more of like a mustard yellow. So I'm excited to see what it looks like with the second swatch. I made myself a cup of coffee to power me through the rest of painting. And today we are also going to be checking out the different window clings that I got to place on these window panes. I think that it is going to add a lot of charm to the space, and it is a very cost-friendly, cost-effective way. At some point I would actually like to even get a brand new door for this area because this door is very wonky. There's like a lot of track at the top, and opening and closing it is kind of tough. So until we do something like that, like a brand new door, adding these little embellishments that are cost-friendly and honestly actually renter-friendly as well if you're a renter is what makes most sense right now. Let's finish painting. Paint is done and I love her. This is such a fun color, and I probably would have been too nervous to paint an entire room this color since I've never painted anything yellow before, but I feel like this is the perfect starting point, and I think yellow just really complements a kitchen. But next I am deciding between the stained glass panels to put on the windows, and I am deciding between the floral print and something a bit more simple. It is a really tough choice. They are removable, so let's say if I want to use this for spring but then I want to switch to this for fall, I can easily take these off and then swap them out and save the ones for spring for next year. So how you put these on is you actually just wet the back of them and then they cling on to the surface. So I'm gonna put these up, make my final decision. Okay, Okay, I honestly love them both. I think they both look really good for different reasons, but I am gonna go with the florals because I just can't resist a good floral. I'm gonna show you all what the whole roll looks like. So it comes with a lot. It is very cost effective. I believe this whole roll was like $20. It's so pretty and it's supposed to mimic stained glass, and it also offers some privacy if you're looking for that with your windows. Yay! I love it. Ta-da! The door turned out even better than I could have imagined. The floral decals add such charm to the space and I really love it. It has such a vintagey feel and the yellow is exactly what I was hoping it would bring to the kitchen. I just know that whenever I'm making my morning coffee here, it is going to feel so happy and bright and magical. And best of all, this yellow is gonna look really good with fall decor. To be determined about Christmas decor, but I am definitely keeping this yellow year round, so I'm very happy with it. I highly recommend those decals. They were very easy to install and I love how semi-permanent they are, so if you have any areas that you are thinking about using them, I highly recommend. Is a big day, a huge day, a really special day. My wedding dress has arrived and I'm going to go pick it up and try it on for the first time since I tried it on the day that I bought it, which was in January, and I am so excited. I'm so excited. It is a day that I have been waiting for since I first got the dress. But I put on a very bridal outfit in my bridal era and I'm ready to go see this dress. Oh my gosh. Hi. Hello. Wow. Hi, I'm nice to meet you. Wait. Oh my god! Stop! I love it so much. I love it literally in hysterics. Like, I'm insane.
I've never seen anything better in my life.
I am in love with it. So in love. It's happening. I'm getting married. This is the accessories wall here, and I was just looking at everything. I don't know what my accessories for the wedding day are going to be. These are beautiful for possibly the bridal shower because I'm having a summer bridal shower, but I definitely need to think more. I love the pearl look of Jennifer Bear. Her things are so beautiful. I've always kind of envisioned wearing one of her pieces on my wedding day. It's my band. My dress pickup day was so perfect. I couldn't have asked for a more special day. The moment that I saw my dress, I was immediately met with so much emotion. I think because the first time I picked out my dress, it was mine, but seeing it made for my body and seeing the actual dress that I will be wearing on my wedding day, it just made everything feel so real. And I think it truly hit me that like I am getting married and I just cannot wait. Aside from all the emotions that I felt, the dress itself is so beautiful and even more stunning than I remembered. The next bridal event that I have coming up though is my bridal shower. It is coming up in a few weeks, so I am picking out my dress for the occasion and I thought I would share with you all the current contenders. I have some lovely options and I would love to get your thoughts, so I'm gonna try on some of my potential bridal shower dresses. Okay, so we have option number 1. The theme is she is fresh off the market, so there's going to be lots of vegetables, fresh fruit, gingham, things like that. So I thought this was very on theme, and it is white, and it has these beautiful strawberry prints on it. I think it is very lovely. It has a lot of twirl ability, and I feel like it is the essence of summer. I'm also deciding between if I want to wear a bow. I've been collecting these white bows for my bridal events. This is the one that I wore to pick up my dress, but I would definitely wear it again. Or if I want to wear a headband, but I have to wear some sort of hair accessory because I am just a hair accessories girl in my normal day-to-day life. So option number 1, on to the next dress. Then we have option number 2, which is this beautiful white dress with this butterfly detailing. I have to say, I do feel like such a princess in this dress, and I feel like it might be slightly on the more formal side, but you only get married once and you only have bridal events once, so I feel like it's okay to go all out. I also think with this look, a more understated headband would look super pretty, but I love this dress. I truly feel like a fairy in it. It also has great twirl ability as well. Both options are so lovely, so I'm having a difficult time deciding, so let me know which one you all like best. I could use some help deciding which one to wear, and I do have a few more weeks. It is quickly approaching. I really love both options. Me and Chris are having a cute little paint and sip date night tonight. I saw this idea on Instagram and I was like, I have to do this with Chris. It's the perfect little at-home activity. And I got us these ceramic, they're actually vases. I got a strawberry and then I got a mushroom for Chris. So super fun, super wholesome date night in. We are done. They turned out so cute. It is time for my summer reading book haul. It is no secret that I love to romanticize life, and I thought it would be fun to treat my summer TBR as my quote-unquote summer reading list, kind of like you had in school growing up. Maybe I was a nerd, but I loved reading over the summer, so thought it would be fun to treat it in that way. And maybe whenever I am done reading all of these, I'll throw myself a pizza party, aka order pizza delivery from one of my favorite places. But anyways, I'm very excited about this list of books that I grabbed. I was looking for summer romances, summer slashers, and I think I found a very good mix that is sure to keep me entertained this summer. So let's jump right in. First up, we have One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. This book is super summery. It seems super atmospheric. It is set on a lake, and I love books on lakes because living in Texas, that is a lot of times my summer experience. The book follows the main character Alice as she heads back home to her hometown. It is a small small, charming lake town to take care of her grandmother. She reconnects with an old friend, and it is a second chance romance, which I love. And I just love small, charming towns, especially when it involves all things summer. It always reminds me of a Hallmark movie, and it is super heartwarming to read those kinds of books. And I have some lake trips planned this summer, so I might line this up with one of my lake trips. Next up in the summer camp slashers realm, we have the Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix. I have read some of his books before. He writes about horror, and I have always enjoyed his books, but I love a summer camp slasher book. It reminds me of all of the classic movies that I would watch growing up, like Friday the 13th. The concept of Final Girls, if you're not familiar, it is the girl that is left standing at the end of a classic slasher movie that survives the crazy horrors. So this book follows Final Girls, and they meet at a weekly support group and talk about what went on, and someone amongst them goes missing. So it seems like a very unique take on the slasher movie tropes, and I know that one of the stories is set in a summer camp, which was one of my requirements. I'm very excited to read this. What also inspired me to read this book is I love Final Girls by Riley Sager. That also follows a camp experience. So if you haven't read Final Girls by Riley Sager or The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, those are both great summer camp slashers. Okay, moving on to something a bit more lighthearted. I love Abby Jimenez, and I have read her Part of Your World series. I read all 3 of those books, and I read her most recent book, so I am going to backtrack and start with one of her series. This is The Friend Zone. It is the first book in that series. She is really great at writing romances where all the characters have a lot of depth. Like, a lot of times her books really make me cry. She is also really funny and hilarious, so I'm sure that that will shine through in this book. This book follows the main character, Kristen, who is going through a health issue that possibly might prevent her from having children. She is planning her best friend's wedding, and because of that, it is bittersweet. She meets and falls for the best man, and then adventures ensue from there on out, but I am excited to get into this series and start another Abby Jimenez series. Okay, next up we have The Saturday Night Ghost Club. First of all, this cover is amazing. This book is supposed to have Stranger Things vibes, which is the epitome of summer. I want a Stranger Things summer. This book, like Stranger Things, is set in the 1980s, and it follows a young boy over the summer who is exploring local ghost stories with his eccentric uncle. So ghost stories, 80s, summer vibes, all of those things are adding up to something that I definitely want to read. As the story goes on though, what started as a lighthearted story uncovers some dark mysteries about the town. So I'm excited about this one. It also is on the shorter side. It is 200 pages, so that is a quick and easy read, perfect for a pool day or a cozy summer weekend. Next up, we have Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. This is also another cover that is just beautiful and so summery. This book is by the same author as Ready or Not, and I love that book, so I had to pick this one up. I have a feeling this one is going to be very emotional. It follows the story of the main character who is grieving the loss of one of her best friends. She lost her best friend to cancer, and her best friend makes a live list that she is supposed to do while she is struggling with this huge grief. So she slowly has to take on that list, and she meets a grumpy stranger, which is one of my favorite tropes. He swears that he can make her live again. This book is also set in the warmer months in New York City on the Upper West Side. I used to live in New York, so I love any book that's set in New York. It always makes me super nostalgic, and the warmer months in New York is such a magical time. So I'm very excited to get to this one. I think this one right now is sitting at the top of my list to start. And last up, we have Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. I had to fit another thriller in. I am just such a sucker for thrillers. It is one of my favorite genres. This is a book about secrets, sisters, love, murder. It is all set in Melbourne, Australia. It is set back and forth across 2 timelines, the past and present of the sisters in the book, which is one of my favorite ways to read a book. I love an alternate timeline. It always keeps me very hooked. In the present day, they are called back to their hometown because the house that they lived in, it was demolished and human remains were found under the house. So I'm excited to see how the mystery unfolds. I actually had a friend who read this book and she recommended it. I also loved the cover, very summery. I know you shouldn't judge a book based on its cover, but sometimes it does help. So that is my current summer reading book haul. I cannot wait to get to all of these books, and I will let you all know how I like each one as I read them. If you have anything that you absolutely love to read for the summer, whether it be a romance or thriller or horror, anything, please leave it. I would love to check it out. Thank you all so much for joining me for this very fun and exciting few days in my life. I had so much fun bringing you all along some of my wedding planning adventures, and I will let you all know which dress I decide for the quickly approaching bridal shower. I also want to take a moment and say thank you so much for being here. I love this little community that we have here, this cozy corner on the internet, and I love connecting with you in the comments, and it just means the world to me to have your support, and I've just been thinking about it lately and it just makes me so happy, and I just had to share that with you all. Thank you again for watching, and if you're new here, please subscribe. I would love to have you, and I will see you all on the next video.
World could fall down, it's gonna be